Oh, hey guys, you caught me catching up on some rules here. If you're wondering what's going on here, you can blame Stu for this from Vassing with Stu. Stu, in retribution, I fully expect you to be dressed up as Buddy the Elf in your next video, but I'm just going to call this my rally cap.
Before we get started with turn 2, there are a few things that need to be fixed and addressed. First being French concealment. I neglected to check for French concealment at the end of turn 1. Turns out if you look at this, there's really none of these units can grow concealment because they're all in line of sight of German units, so not that big of a deal. Next thing I need to talk about is the German casualty reduction result up here in hex. I think it was K1 up in the upper left here. Um, Turns out the line of sight is blocked. I'll show you briefly. I shot from the French tank. I didn't neglected to check line of sight, and you can see here, and it is blocked right there. Okay, so this casualty reduction that occurred with I think this unit, yeah. So this unit is a full squad, and this casualty victory point for the French goes to 0. Okay, that's one thing. The other thing is the French tank here has limited armor piercing, AP10. I completely forgot about it. I put a note in turn 1, a pop-up note to reflect that, but I need to fix it here. So I've marked it no AP with a counter, as well as the HE basic 2 kill number in the note there of being 4 because it only has HE now. The other thing that I should have done is for the French tank here during the setup, I could have done a hold down maneuver, attempted a hold down maneuver. That would have put him in hold down status on that crest line, requiring that on this crest line right here, meaning the German tank would have had to secure a turret hit whenever he fired at me and hit me. But nothing came of the fire between the French tank and the German tank, so not that big of a deal. Just something that I neglected on setup. Always make sure you weigh your options during setup and use all the things available to your units that you're able to. So generally, I thought the French did okay the first turn. Turns out not so great, mainly because not so great because of this guy here not having any armor piercing ammo. That's a huge deal because now HE 2 kill number 4, he's going to need, if he fires on any of these guys, if he fires on anything other than that, he's going to basically need like a 2 or 3 to get a kill if I'm lucky. What I'm going to have to do is what I think I'm going to do is this guy is going to have to bug out back to here and basically cover my own rear of the French with machine guns and maybe with a 37 millimeter with a close-up shot on any units that might come in. If I can bug out of there, because he has a no radio, so he still needs to make a task check to attempt to move. If he doesn't pass his task check, he just has to sit there. So this German tank may just continue to take shots at that thing until it gets killed. So that's terrible that it lost AP. All right, that is it. I'm getting used to using the tablet thingy here to annotate, but I think it's going to be cool once I get it down and get used to how it works. And let's jump into turn 2, the German turn 2 of Hamlet's Demise. German rally phase. Germans have nothing to rally, so or fix. French has this broken squad back here. Moore will not lose concealment because there's no Germans in his line of sight from the looks of it. Rally terrain of the building. Unit's not under DM anymore, so it's a -1. I basically need a 7 to rally him. And he just barely rallies. German prep fire. First thing we do with this smoke, it is white dispersed smoke, beginning of the owner's next prep fire phase or advancing fire phase. It either flips over or goes away. In this case, it goes away. So might as well take a shot with my German Panzer 3F up here because this French is going to attempt to bug out. So I'll prep fire up there. He has -2 acquisition, +1 for buttoned up, and +1 for size. Those cancel, and there is a +1 for the height advantage. So that should mean I need a 9 to hit because the base is 10, the +1. Need a 9 to hit him. Bad miss. I think I'll fire my machine guns next. Not gonna fire my coax anywhere because I'll lose acquisition. And I want to keep it because when he spends 1 to start, I'm gonna during his movement phase, I'm gonna try to take a shot and see, assuming he can move, and see if I can take a shot before he bugs out. If he can't move, I can take a shot and keep my acquisition. If I shoot my coax and anything else, if I turn the turret, I lose acquisition. But I still have my bow machine gun, which is 3 firepower. I can fire up here. I think it's clear. I think I've checked this before. So it'd be 1. It'd be 3 down to half because they are concealed. It'd be a 1 + 1. Go ahead and do that. Nothing. I've fired the, it's clear. I think I may move my other 2 tanks. See if I can get some smoke out. I don't necessarily need to get across this street yet with infantry. I don't need to capture buildings. All I need to do is break guys. So my thinking is, I'm going to try to break this guy and then firing Roland, and then see if I can weasel this vehicle around here and get them for failure to route. It's odds are probably even that that's going to happen, but I don't really need to get across that street yet. And if they don't break, then I'll use these vehicles to try to get some smoke in these areas and then try to get across. Let's see how that goes. So let's fire Roland on this 457. It's going to be a 6 even. Ooh, nice shot. That is a French sniper. Did I get rate? I got rate. Just remember the machine gun is not marked first fire, or not marked prep fire. Resolve the, always resolve the result of the shot before doing your sniper roll. So a 4 on a 6 firepower, I believe it was. This is a 2 MC. This might just work. So 2 morale check on the French unit there. Ooh, 12. It's got to be ELR. Oh yeah. So he's ELR'd, goes down to green. So he's now inexperienced, and he's broken. And I still have my machine gun I can fire. That was directed by the leader. Let's fire up here. So 3 goes down to 1.5 because of concealment, and it's going to be even, -1 leader, +1 wood, so 1 even. No, I did not strip concealment. He lost rate. Let me turn that off. Next, I'm going to do a fire group here. These guys, fire over here, hoping I can get a result on them. And then what I'm going to do is bring my flamethrower up into here and see if I can get some advancing fire on him with the flamethrower, or maybe I'll wait. We will see what happens with that. So let's do the fire group here. It's going to be an 8 +2 on that squad, French squad. Ooh, coward. Down to a 6, 4, result on a 6. Still a 2 morale check. I have a feeling this is going to go really badly now. Oh, they passed. They pinned. Result is a 7 equals a morale, so they are pinned, which is not too bad. I think at this point I am done firing, and we're going to go to German movement phase. Oh, one thing I forgot to do at the beginning of the rally phase was do the wind roll. Chances are nothing's going to happen, but if it did, it could affect what I'm going to do next. Okay, no effect on wind. So wind is still the same direction, coming from the southwest going to the northeast. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is, now that I broke this guy here, I'm going to move this tank around and try to get behind him, and that'll should eliminate him for failure to rout. He'll be pretty much surrounded. I'll be in a little bit of a compromise with this squad if they decide to jump into close combat, but they will have to jump out here into the open and might come under fire from this AFE and maybe these units, depending on where they go during the advanced phase. Maybe I jump out here so I can cover any possibility of close combat. But let's go ahead and move this guy. So he is in hex L5. He'll go 1 to start. I think I can make it. Go 1 to start. 2 to change covered arc. 3, 4 to bypass the building in H6. Looks like there's plenty of room. See, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm at 5, 6, 7. At this point, the medium machine gun here, I could take a shot at the AFE, but it's still a front. It's going to be a front armor shot. So it's going to be a 3 armor, and what's the 2 kill of a machine gun? 4. Yeah, it's not going to happen, so I'm not going to waste a shot. So I'm at 7, 8, still buttoned up, 9. These guys cannot attempt any street fighting. There has to be buildings on both sides, so we have wood, so they can't jump out and do street fighting. They just have to sit there and watch at this point. What is that, 9 I said, or 10? I mean, I'm gonna have plenty here, because that's where I'm gonna stop here. Now my gun facing, I don't need to necessarily point it back this way. Maybe I'll point it up here at these guys. Let's see, what do I have? I got, yeah, 5 coax and 4 infantry fire equipment. Yeah, let me point it, change the covered arc clockwise up to there for free, and then I'll delay, stop, and then delay whatever was left, 3 or 4 that was left there, because there were plenty to move. I could have popped smoke, along this path, but I don't think it would do them any good, because I want to get, these guys are taken care of. I want to kind of get smoke in this area. So I'm going to try to do something with this tank as I move him. So let's go ahead and move this other tank here. I think I'm going to try to bring them up in here and get some smoke across here. So 1 to start. I could reverse move for backing up 4. Might be cheaper. 1 to start. 2, 3, 4. That's about the same. But I'll do reverse movement just to illustrate. So 1 to start. Let me get this back. 1 to start. Start in reverse. You have to announce that. 95, 99% of the time, when you spend a start movement point, you're going forward, or it's assumed you're going forward. But I want to go reverse from this point. So when I announce my start movement point, I have to announce it as a reverse start. Otherwise, I have to stop again and then go start reverse. It's going to cost me extra. So 1 to start reverse. Now, backing up, pretty simple. You have to back up in your basically your rear covered arc, which is like this, right? So I have to go somewhere in those hexes, just like you're moving in your forward covered arc, you have to go in your rear covered arc. It's just reverse movement, right? So 1 to start, and the cost is 4 times the cost of terrain that you're entering. So that's going to cost 4 more to go in there. So that's 5. Okay. Now I'm still moving in reverse. If I want to do anything else, other than change my covered arc, I have to stop and spend a start forward. So I'm gonna change my covered arc for 1. I'm still going in reverse, but I can still change my covered arc. Now I'm gonna spend a stop movement point. Now I'm gonna spend a start forward. So I'm at 8, 9, then covered arc 10. I'm gonna bypass M5 on the building side, obviously, or on the wood building side, the lower wood building, for 11. I'm going to stop for 12. I'm going to attempt to deploy smoke discharger. I think he had a smoke 7. I'm buttoned up, so it's going to be +1. 8, do not deploy smoke, so it does not cost me. Then I'm going to delay the rest of the 3 movement points to 15. 15. Okay. So that's reverse movement in a nutshell. Should be in starter kit. It is so simple, in my opinion, but I understand them wanting to keep the starter kit rules nice and slim. So unfortunately, I was not able to play smoke. This tank is in this hex, so if I pop smoke successfully, it would have drifted like this, but I was not able to do so. So I'm relying on this smoke, but I'm not getting it. I only got it in that one situation in turn 1. Next, let's move these units up. I'm going to do some assault moving. Let's take these first 2 squads here and assault move them over the hedge into this building. I can do that because it only costs me 3 if I were to move in there. So I'm not using all of my movement factors to move in there. Thus, I can assault move in for a total of 3 into that wood building. I could take a shot here, but I think I'm gonna wait. I want this flamethrower engineer squad. I want to take a shot at him. Since these guys broke, this is kind of all I have right now for my base. So I'm gonna wait. Flamethrower squad, they're gonna assault move in with Roland for 2. There's really no point in taking a shot because they assault moved. If they didn't assault move, I'd get the bonus on the fire of them using non-assault movement. But since they assault move, I can just wait and fire on this hex and the entire group that's in there instead of just getting to roll at the engineer unit with the flamethrower moving. I'll just wait and fire during final fire and possibly affect this entire stack. Next, I'm going to bring Kippen up into this building with the squad that just moved there as well. I could go this, there's line of sight here from both of these hexes, if I remember right, from turn 1. So I think I'm going to go in the back way here. I'm going to go, actually I need to be careful. These guys are pinned though. Still, that would be a 2. Yeah, that'd be a 2 -2 from those guys. I think I will risk going this way. We'll go 1. These guys have a line of sight. The hedge will negate moving in the open. And then the hedge itself and non-assault movement will cancel each other. +1 hedge, -1 non-assault movement would be 0. So if these guys fired everything, it would be an 8 even on here. Or 4 even. They split stuff up and fired something over here and something over here later. Really like to get a shot on this. I might just wait and hope I get rate of fire. 8 even, fire over here, that would be an 8 +3 or an 8 +2 on the engineer squad with the flamethrower. I think I'll wait and let him go in. So that's a 1, 2 over the hedge, 3, 4 into the building there. These guys up top here, not much should have line of sight to them because of this orchard. Nothing can really see these crest lines. These guys, this guy can see maybe here, definitely here. These guys, I'm gonna assault move to there. These guys will assault move to there. They do not lose concealment. I can get rid of the CX. They do not lose concealment from these guys. Let me just check if it's clear. It's not clear anyway, but let's just say if it was clear, they would not lose their concealment because by definition, this is not open ground. They have a +1 height advantage. They would be able to route. They wouldn't be able to be interdicted from this hex if it were clear. Therefore, it's not considered open ground. Therefore, they assault move. They're not assault moving in open ground. Thus, they do not lose their concealment if that line of sight had not been blocked. I don't think anything else can see up there. Anyway, not even this guy. I don't want to lose his hidden status anyway. And then this guy will assault move to there. Now, theoretically, he could probably take a shot. It would be a +1. You can't see because of the orchard. Still think I want to save him to fire over here somewhere. Then I'll just leave the leader back here in case I need to route back anywhere. I think that's it for the German movement phase. Let's go to French final fire. They don't have a whole lot. Basically, this tank and this squad and machine gun. I could have probably taken a shot with this tank at this Panzer as he went through here. That would have been a side shot. Missed on that one. Wasn't paying attention. That's why I hate playing solo. I have to keep track of both sides. Let's go ahead and fire these guys. Something +2. Yeah, but I'm going to fire over here. It's going to be an 8. It's going to be a +3 on Roland and gang and a +2 on the flamethrower squad. So 9 on the flamethrower squad and nothing on the 9 on an 8. That might be a pin check. That is indeed a pin check on the engineer squad. They'll probably make it. They make it. Did I get rate of fire? I did get rate of fire with the machine gun. I'll fire again. I fire the machine gun back over there again. 4 +3 and +2. Nope. I think I'll fire my French tank. I think I'm going to fire down at this infantry. You might think I'd be able to fire at the German tank here, but let me illustrate that real quick. He is in bypass, and in order to fire on him in bypass, I need to have a line of sight to this vertex right there. Okay, and I don't appear to do so. Let me string it out just for illustrative purposes. Oh, maybe it is clear. Well, it says it's clear, but okay, I'll take its word for it. It's pretty close right there, but it's green. It's green the whole way. So I guess, I mean, technically I'm supposed to announce the shot before I take it. That's the mechanics of the system. I can take a shot later if I stay here, but I'm still going to take a shot at the infantry here, since that's what I announced. So this acquisition is going to basically go away. I lose it as soon as I fire over here, and I'm buttoned up, so that's +1. They are in a wood building, so that's +2, and I'm using the infantry target type at a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Infantry target type. Range of 6, I need an 8. Remember, French use the red. It's the same red and black. And I have a +3 modifier, +2 tem, and +1 buttoned up. So I need a 5, essentially. Nope. But I am acquired there. I'll just set it to the side here. I'll fire my coax. I should have fired my coax first because I'm going to fire at the same target. so I retain my current acquisition. If I fired at like a different target, these guys, if I could see them, um, I would lose acquisition. But I'm going to fire at the same target, so I get to keep the acquisition counter there. What do we got? We got two plus two on the wood building. That's a nada. I'll fire these pinned units over here. It's going to be a 2. They're pinned, so 2 plus 2. Oof, nothing. I think that's it for final fire. Let's go to German advancing fire. Start up top. He's not going to fire. Can't see anything. Can't see anything. Fired. I'll fire the coax. It's going to be, I moved, so it's going to be a 3 down to 2. It's going to be a 2 plus. I'll go 2 plus 2 on those guys. These rolls, kind of brutal. I'll form a fire group here with Kippen. Where we got, probably won't fire the light machine gun. We've got 8. Yeah, down to 4 plus 3. Stone building minus 1. 4 plus 2. Nothing. Let's see if we can get something going with the engineering squad here. I'm going to fire him first over at this hex here. 8 plus 3, or sorry, 4 plus 3 advancing fire. Nope. Now, flamethrowers are not affected by area fire in the advancing fire phase. They fire at full firepower. But I am at outside normal range. They can fire up to 2 hexes, so it's going to be a 12 even. There's no TEM with a flamethrower. Now, it could be eliminated on a 10 or more, run out of fuel, and it's gone. It's out of the game. But I need to take a shot because as a French, I'm bugging out at this my next movement phase. I'm going to start backing out of this because I don't want to face another 12 or 24 flamethrower shot in the face as I move back. So I'm going to take a shot with a flamethrower at a 12 even on the medium machine gun here, risking running out of fuel on a 12 firepower shot, but I have to do it. Let's see what we get. Ooh, it did not run out. It got a nice result. 5 on a 12. 2 morale check on these guys here. Mark them. 2 morale check. I need a 5. Oof. Oh, they made it. That is not an Axis sniper, German sniper. They made it. And lastly, I'm going to fire the infantry fire equivalent and the coax up here at these guys. Now, they're concealed, so it's half firepower, but I'm adjacent, so it's double again, but I moved, so it's half again. So it's 9, so it's going to be 4.5 plus 1. They don't get the height advantage TEM because they're claiming the wood stem, so it's going to be a 4 plus 1. 5 on a 4 and a French sniper. I think I missed a French sniper earlier. I did. I screwed that up. I missed that. I'll do 2 sniper rolls. I remember I resolved the morale check and I was going to come back to it, but I completely forgot. Okay. 5 on a 4 is a strips concealment and it's a 1 morale check. 1 MC. They are pinned. I'll do 2 sniper checks. 1 from the one before and 1 for this triggering here. Nothing from the first one. This, nothing. Doesn't matter. Okay. And I think I fired everything. I'm going to fire for the Germans, or that I'm able to fire or want to fire. So let's go to German route phase. They have nothing. So French side, all they have is this squad here, adjacent to my tank. adjacent to a known enemy unit, and is unable to route away or unable to route away without using low crawl. So it can't route here. It's still adjacent. It can't route here. It's moving adjacent, and it's there. It's moving closer to any of these units, and here it is still adjacent. Therefore, um, this unit is either eliminated for failure to route or it's taken prisoner by the unit adjacent to him or it. And in this case, that is a tank, and a tank cannot take prisoners. Therefore, this unit is eliminated for failure to route. Now, here's the interesting part of this, at least I think so, is normally if I reject surrender by the route phase method, that invokes no quarter. But in this case, a vehicle cannot capture a prisoner. Therefore, am I actually rejecting the surrender? Thus, is no quarter actually triggered? Technically, the way I read it is no quarter is not triggered for the Germans because I'm not rejecting. They're eliminated for failure to route, but I'm not rejecting a surrender because a vehicle cannot accept the surrender. If this had been a unit, a squad, and I rejected the surrender, the Germans would have invoked no quarter, and that would be turned on. But I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. Um, but I don't think no quarter is triggered in this case for the AFV because technically I can't reject their surrender per the rules. So I don't think no quarter is triggered yet because that's kind of important because this scenario hinges on casualty victory points, and prisoners count double for casualty victory points. And whenever no quarter is invoked, routing units are going to do whatever they can to avoid being taken prisoners because they think they're going to be killed, in other words. So they always are able to route away. They will not surrender. They will always low crawl if possible to get away. So correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. I believe, well, this guy is eliminated because I can't accept that's a full squad, yeah. Because I cannot accept a surrender, but I also cannot reject it, thus invoking no quarter. So I don't think no quarter is triggered, but the Germans do get 2 casualty victory points. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. All right, that's it for route phase. Let's go to German advance phase. I suspect, because I'm playing the French, that these guys are going to back out. So I think I'm just gonna inch everything forward. There aren't too many shots that the French can take at this point, and if they get a break here and there for my guys sitting motionless essentially in the street, I can live with that. So I'm just gonna ease. Let me clear this stuff off here. Clear defensive fire, prep fire, clean it up a little bit. Guys are still pinned. I'm just gonna advance all of these guys down. Not looking good for the French. At this point, I'm scared. I'm scared for the French. No close combat. All right, French rally phase.
Went back to my trusty headset and microphone, even though I'm still wearing the rally cap. I tried a different microphone, and I did not like the way it sounded after I looked at the video. So we're back to these. Hopefully that is clearer for now going forward. Made a couple adjustments midway. I moved this German information over to there because it was hidden behind my big head. One other thing I noticed here on my French tank is they have, I don't need this no AP because I don't know when they added this. Maybe I am a little dense and a little slow, but they added depleted ammo. I'm not sure when they added this, and you can see it says AP, and you can toggle it on and off. So down below there, you can see there's AP. It doesn't say AB10, but that's what it has, but it's crossed out to show that I have no AP. So you don't need to have an extra counter out now in Vassal to show that a gun is run out of its own special ammo. So that's a cool thing they added. Other than that, everything is the same. So let's jump into French rally phase. The French have nothing to rally, neither do the Germans. No, I'm not going to deploy anything stacked with leaders. I'm just going to leave everything as is. And let's jump to French prep fire, which is interesting because I don't know if I want to prep fire or anything. It is looking like I ended the German turn. It is looking rough through here for the French. What do I do? Do I hold my position? And all these guys are in the open practically. They're just sitting there point blank to my French. But at most, maybe I can affect 2 units or 2 hexes or locations that the Germans are in. And then what? I get blasted in the face. So I need to make a decision. Do I shoot at something and hope for the best, or do I get out of dodge and retreat a little bit and set up a secondary line of defense? That was my plan all along going into this, is to fall back into these stone buildings and eventually go up into this multi-tiered stone building and use that as my last defense. I don't need to hold any terrain. I just can't lose a bunch of French units. So my infantry here, they're going to fall back. But I'm going to start with the tank down here. Now I have 2 options for him. I could prep fire and probably not fire at the tank because I can only fire HE. I'm not going to get much of a result. And instead prep fire down either here or at the flamethrower and hope for the best. I can't get rate of fire, so I'm going to get 1 shot. That tank has no rate of fire. That's option 1 for the tank. The option 2 for the tank is get out of dodge. Even if I do that, he's going to be fired on by that Panzer III and possibly this AFE. I can't remember which one that is. As I, whatever path I take to get out of here. I can still fire while I move using bounding first fire. I could take a shot at these guys down here, but this Panzer III is still going to get a shot. So if I decide to move and do bounding first fire, I could either fire this thing up and start to move and move to here, which case he could take a shot, and then stop and take a shot, or I could announce I'm taking a shot during the movement phase. I could take a shot, in which case the Panzer III could also announce they're taking a shot at the same time, and basically a gun duel would ensue. The long and short of it is, whichever gun has the lowest die roll modifiers gets to shoot first. So if I, during the movement phase, if I choose not to prep fire, I wait, and I say, beginning of the movement phase, I say, I'm taking a shot with this guy. I'm still bound by bounding fire penalties. I'm not moving. This gun, this Panzer III could say, I'm taking a shot too at the same time, and a gun duel takes place. The gun with the lowest die roll modifier gets to shoot first. So the German Panzer is going to get to shoot first because they're going to have very few modifiers. Plus, they're acquired here as well. So they're going to get a shoot first anyway. So I might as well either prep fire this or not fire at all and just drive off. So I'm not going to do any bounding first fire with this guy. I'm either going to prep fire or drive away and reposition, maybe back, pointing back this way. And I think I'm going to do that. I'm gonna bounding first fire or bounding fire this guy. And I don't think I have any prep fire for my French. I need to get away from all these Germans. I should point out that this scenario is notoriously unbalanced. I may have mentioned that in the tactical analysis of the scenario a couple videos back. It heavily favors the Germans. The concession balance on the scenario sheet is to add a light mortar to the French side. I don't think that would have much of an effect, and I said I was just going to play it out as is. And so far, we're in turn 2, and the Germans are. I don't think I've played the French bad. They haven't gotten very good rolls, in my opinion. But the Germans could very easily steamroll the French here very shortly, unless I fall back and try to slow them down. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's go to no prep fire. Let's jump to French movement phase. And forgive me if I'm looking down at the tablet and drawing and looking up. So I'm going to be going back and forth during many of these replays now that I have this drawing tablet here. French movement phase, yeah. I'm going to start with the tank because I'm going to announce a shot. I'm going to try to see if I can take out or at least break the flamethrower engineering squad there. Whether or not I have success, I don't know. Again, this tank is going to get a gun duel shot off if he chooses to before that. And I never mentioned this squad. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. If he stays there and maybe attempts to jump into close combat with this guy, he's going to have to take what 16 firepower right in the face in the woods. Probably break and have to route back here. Maybe be interdicted. That's ugly. Or I'll just try to move him back. I don't know. I'll save him for last to see what happens here. So that's a movement phase. I'm going to fire this tank, the French tank here. Before I move, I'm just going to announce I'm taking a shot. And when you do that, you're bound by case C, bounding fire, which also uses case B. So it's case B plus C. This is a slow turret. So I'm going to have a +2 just from being a bounding firer and firing without entering a new hex in my player turn. So that's a +4 just for that. +5, plus one more for buttoned up. That's +5. And infantry target type, I need an 8 to hit. So there's no tem on these guys in the street. And if I do get a hit, the -1 for being a flamethrower will be carried out on the infantry fire table. So I basically need a 3 to hit with my main armament. Then I'll fire my coax after that. So let's fire a 2 hit. I need a 3. Hope and a prayer. No. And I should have done my wind roll. Beginning of every player turn, rally phase, nothing. Okay. I'll fire my coax. It's going to be a 2 even down here. Sorry, 2 -1 because of the flamethrower. 7 on a 2. That's got to be nothing. Yeah, just missed a pin check. Now at this point, what I should have done is if this guy was going to fire the German Panzer III, should have fired first. And I'll do that here because there would have been a gun duel. His modifiers would have been -2, buttoned up, +1, size, +1, height advantage, another +1, and then -2 for acquired. So it's going to be a +1 to hit total. He needs a base of 10, so he needs a 9 to hit. He hit the hull. He's got a 2 kill, basically 2 kill of 9. 9 -4 is 5. He needs a 4 to kill, a 5 to immobilize. Did not kill, didn't get rate of fire, and he is first fired. And then I would have taken the shots I just took there. Okay, so I spend 1 movement point to start, 2 to there, and what I want to do here is attempt to deploy smoke. It has a smoke dispenser 7, and there's going to be a +1 modifier for being buttoned up. And if I'm successful, it'll cost me 1 movement point. If not, it won't cost me anything. So I want to get smoke to basically, hopefully, if I get it in this hex, it'll drift and provide some cover for this guy to move back here eventually. I won't get it until the advancing fire phase, but if this unit manages to make it back here, he'll have some extra cover. And then the tank, I'm going to move it off like this, okay? So let me roll for the smoke. I don't know if this is going to work. Smoke. Oh, I got smoke. Okay. That is white dispersed in that hex. So that cost a movement point because I was successful. So that's 3. Okay, here's where it gets tricky. I could change my covered arc and go down like this. Maybe bypass. I don't know if I have enough. Or I could just continue down like this. That's risky. Well, I have the same armor. Front, side, rear. It doesn't matter if I expose my side or rear to this gun because I have the same armor factor. And he could probably still get a shot over here, maybe. He's gonna get a shot anyway, so I might as well risk it. What's the gun on this? It is a, oh yeah, that's no risk to this guy. Okay, I'm at 3 movement points, so 4. So I've only expended 1 movement point in his line of sight. If I'm gonna take a shot, I would actually wait, probably till here. If I move to here, he'd have to change his covered arc to shoot at me. But I don't think that's 4. It's not much of a risk anyway. 5. So 20, 20L. 20L. Basic to kill him. 6. He has armor of 4 and he has superior turret armor on all sides. So yeah, even if I fire, no matter what facing I get, his chance of getting anything is next to 0. So I'm not gonna fire. I'm gonna save my fire for what these guys choose to do here. So we're at so was it 1 start, 2, 3 smoke, 4. Yeah, I'm at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, he's only got 12. Okay, I have to stop here, and 12 to stop. Face, yeah, to see my turret facing the way it is there. Okay, now let's see these infantry here. Don't have much of an option. These guys are gonna assault move to there. And I'll fire the engineer squad there. It's gonna be at 8 plus 2 because they assault move. 9 on an 8. That's a pin check. Casualty pin check, as I like to call it. He is pinned. Oh, that sucks. Well, no. Yeah, I think I was going to advance him back here. Now he's stuck there. And that's going to leave 4 residual. He'll subsequent first fire. 4. He spent 2 to get in there. Even though he assault moved, he still spent 2. So 4 plus 2. Yeah, it's nothing. 8 on a 4. Nothing. So he is first fired. Squad. Might as well fire the flamethrower. I'm not going to move anything else in there, so no need to wait on the flamethrower. I might as well do it now. So it's going to be a 12 even on there. It's at long range, 12 even. 7 on a 12. One MC broke. It's going to have to leave that medium behind. No ELR. Not pinned anymore. Roland, can't see anything. Now these guys could fire, but I might save it for him. But he's not going to be able to see him, so he can't see anything. So I'll fire. I wonder if those guys can see back there. No. I'll fire this squad there as well. 4 plus 2. Nothing. Didn't fire the ATR. These guys can't see. This guy in bypass cannot see. Okay, let me move these guys. I'm gonna assault move to there. I think these 2 squads can see, but I might want to save this for this squad. I'll fire with this squad. They assault moved wood building, so it's gonna be a 4 plus 2. Nothing. I'll subsequent. First fire, I can't. This guy is closer. Actually, I can fire. These units are closer, but they're not known to me. And there are no other closer known units than these guys, so I can subsequent first fire. 2 plus 2, hope and a prayer, nothing. So they moved. I'm going to reserve these guys in case I move these guys and nothing else can see. And I am going to move these guys. I'm going to assault move to here. They automatically get wall advantage because there's no other terrain or tem in that hex. And the wall negates first fire moving in the open, so technically they're not moving in open ground. And I advanced in the non-open ground hex, so they are still concealed. So if these guys fired, which I will, I'll fire them. It's going to be area fire, and it's going to be a 2+2 on these guys for no moving in the open and the assault move. So just the wall tem right here on this vertice. So 2+2. Oh, they cowered, so they final fired. Their final fired. Two firepower cowers down to one, so it's going to be a four result on a one. It is a morale check. That strips concealment. What did I say? A one? Four? No, normal morale check. Four and a one. And they broke. Oh, I thought that was, well, it was a fairly safe move. I just happened to roll snake eyes. Break. Okay. Move those. Okay, these guys here. Oof. To go like this and then advance into here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go, let's see, two, three, four. Yeah, they'll go two. Tank can't see them, but these guys can see them. He can't. He's already fired. He fired his main armament, but these guys, Roland can see him. That's going to be a, might as well fire. He's got nothing else to fire at, so it's going to be a 6+2 for the smoke, +1 height advantage, -1 leadership. So it's going to be a 6+2. That's a big fat nothing. Did not cower because it's leader directed. Now they spent two there. I could fire again, but it would be a sustained fire for the machine gun. I would have to fire the machine gun. There's more of a chance of breaking my light machine gun than really getting a result. So I'm not going to fire. So that's 2, 3, 4, and I think this is blocked. Breakdown 11, E for the main armament. I think I'll just fire the coax machine gun, not the main armament. Maybe a 4-2. Let me just roll it out. I'll measure. It's a nothing. Well, 7. 7 out of 4 is a pin check. Yeah, I think it's blocked. Yeah, it's blocked. Let's see. They're no, they're broke. Let me. Well, maybe I can get up there and get that machine gun. There's 4 residual in there. With this squad, I could go. There's residual in here too, isn't there? There's 2. I could go here, advance in, and recover it during the route phase. Maybe I'll do that. So he'll assault move around this side of the row house. That's going to cost 3. I don't think anything has line of sight to this vertex right here. Any German units that I can see. I could fire. I could still fire on him. He'll just go to there. Final fired, first fired. Maybe I want to get this because this guy's going to route back. He's going to route something like this, depending on how far I choose to go. And I have a leader here. Maybe I should. This guy's final fired. He can't fire. This guy is only first fire, but that unit is closer, so he wouldn't be able to fire down the street if I crossed with the leader. So maybe I want to get this 8-0 leader. He would lose concealment probably running across the street, but I don't think anything can fire on him. Maybe these guys, can they see? No. Okay. Yeah, let me move. I'll go. Need to be careful here. Oh, these guys back here. They can see all the way down that street, can't they? Yeah. Range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't. I can't include if I moved into this hex here with the French tank. I couldn't claim the TAM of the tank because the tank's technically still moving. So this shot would be like a 2 minus 2. I could dash. I could dash across like this. In which case it would be a 1 minus 2. No, my luck. 1 1 and 2 firepower shots with any sort of negative modifier, even a -1, are terrifying to me. They always go poorly. But what else I'm gonna do? This guy is gonna route back, something like this, and they'll be stuck there until I get a leader over there probably. So I was hoping I was gonna bring this guy into here and then eventually get him back here somehow, but it did not work. So I am going to attempt to dash. He'll lose concealment across to like this. And the only one that can shoot at him will be this guy. It's going to be a long range shot. Actually, it won't be too bad. No, it's not going to hit the orchard, but he'll go one. Check the line of sight. Yeah, it'll be it's long range, so it's 2 firepower, and it's a dash, so it goes down to 1, another area firepower. So that's going to be a 1 minus 2. I could alternate way I could have done this could have been I assault moved out there, but I just went for the dash. 1 minus 2, coward from 1 firepower to 0. Beautiful. Coward down 1 firepower column, so they're shooting up into the sky or something. And they're marked final fire. That worked out for me. Yeah, nothing else could fire. Final fire, final fire. Can't fire because these guys are closer. Can't see. Can't see. Okay. And since he does lose concealment though, since I declared oh, that's Stewie. Go Stewie. Since I declared a dash, I have to stop there. You have to go from one non-open ground location, which would be here, directly across into another non-open ground location, which is there, 2 building hexes on either side of the road, and you have to stop. That's all the further you can move. But by doing so, it makes it harder to hit or harder to have an effect because it's area fire. Okay, now I think I am done moving. I'm going to leave this leader here because this guy's going to... Ooh, I need to be careful. He's broken right next to this tank. I guess he could... He can't see any of these guys, so he could still route back like this. So I think I'm okay there. I can still leave that leader there, or I could move him there. Now I'll leave him there. Okay. Let's go to defensive final fire for the Germans. I don't think I have any final fire. This guy can't see anything anymore for his main armament. Neither can he, neither can he. These guys are all either final fired or there's nothing adjacent to them or they can't see anything. So no defensive final fire. Advancing fire, this smoke spreads. It goes to, where's my smoke? That goes to +2 dispersed, like this, same direction. The wind direction hasn't changed. Advancing fire for the French. Guess I could fire the squad up here. It's going to be a 2+1 for the hedge. Nothing. I could fire my tank. I'm not going to fire the main. Well, I could to get acquired, but I'll fire the coax. He moved, so it's going to be just be a 1 even on this guy. 5 on a 1 could be a pin check, which isn't anything at this stage of the. Well, he's pinned, but at this stage of the turn, it's not even their movement phase. He's not going anywhere anyway. Do I fire my main armament to get acquisition? Is something going to move through there later on? Doubtful. I could fire just to get acquisition for the heck of it. I'll just roll to fire if it's something. Oof. was going to say if it's something really high or really low, I'll do the math. That's not even close, but I am acquired. This went away when I moved, so I'll just move it over here. So he fired. He can't see anything. He can't. Small arms on a buttoned up tank is no go. He can't see anything. That's it for fencing fire route. What do I have? Just that couple of broken French guys. This guy, get rid of the wall advantage. Guess he'll go back to here. He's got to leave the machine gun. The keyboard's in an inconvenient location. Now, can he route to this hex? He's not moving closer to anything that he can see. So, yes. Go 2. And then he'll go back to there for 4. Germans have nothing in a route. Advance phase. Oop, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of the move markers. Advance into there. Oh, should I jump into close combat here? If I pass my task check, I'm going to need a 5. 4 to kill, 5 to immobilize. And he would attack back with, I think he can combine infantry fire equivalent with his coax. It would be 9 to 4, it'd be a 2 to 1. Attack back at me. He would need a 7. Let me advance these guys in here. That was my plan. Ooh, maybe I should not even be there. But if I knock this thing out, that'd be 5 casualty victory points. But I'd be sitting in the street for Roland. That'd be a 6 minus 1. Can't grow concealment at the end of the turn. I'm right in front of him. I actually think I'm going to advance him over here. Advancing him into this hex was probably not the brightest idea. Could have jumped him into close combat, but I can't afford to lose another. Well, yeah, I'm just going to go here. I'm going to play it conservative and go into there. Everything else is fine. No close combat. Can the French grow any concealment? Leader might be able to. Think broken units can't grow concealment. Stewie can be concealed again. Nope. 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 And broken, he's already concealed. And yeah. All right, that's it for turn 2. It's kind of going about the way I thought it would go, but can they hold on for 4 more turns? Like I said in the scenario analysis, the Germans have to eliminate pretty much all of the French units, the majority of them, or capture some and eliminate some others, right? We'll see how it goes with turn 3, but this is going about the way I planned. I wish the French had a little more luck on some of the rolls. They've gotten some not so good luck. I really thought I'd be able to take out this tank with this guy up on the hill here. Got it. I think I got some hits, but just garbage results. Well, no, that's not true. I rolled a frickin' 10 on AP10. I ran out of ammo on the first shot, so that sucked. All right. That's it for turn 2. I'll see you in turn 3. Thanks for watching. If I messed anything up that isn't covered in a pop-up bullet somewhere over here during the video, go ahead and post below. I'm particularly curious about the AFV and the potential capturing of prisoners and whether eliminating them for failure to route invokes no quarter. I argued that it doesn't because an AFV cannot accept prisoners, thus how can it decline to accept prisoners, thus invoking no quarter? So eliminated those instead of taking them prisoner and invoking no quarter. So if you have any comments on that, leave them below. I'd appreciate it. And we'll see you in turn 3.